continue the part three for the bank reconciliation statement. Okay, question 11. The bank reconciliation process where there is an overdrawn. This time it's an overdrawn of the bank balance, which is we have the debit balance for the bank statement and bank account cash book also overdrawn. They asked to update the cash book balance at 1st May and then prepare the bank reconciliation statement. So we check which one has the amount and which one that we need to cross out. Okay, check the opening balance first. The balance breakdown here is a debit and also here will be credit because bank statement and the bank account have the different side. Okay, next is that if we want to check debit here, then we will check the payment side. So look for the payment first. Okay, we see 2003. We have 2003 in here. So we also cut 2003. The next number 800, here do not have the 800. 1004, here has 1004 and the check amount are the same. So that's quite sure this is the amount. Okay, next is that 500 here, but here do not have. So that's all for debit. In the credit side, 4007. Here we have 4007. So we should cross it out as well. Cross it. Okay. Now debit still was 2 not updated. Okay. Now here update the cash book balance. So we update the cash book balance. So the business name is the cash book. Okay, this cash book is for the bank column only. Bank account only. Okay, with the date, detail, amount. Okay. The amount, we have the amount is on May 1st, which is the balance. Breakdown is 400 in the credit side. This is overdrawn amount. And based on the bank statement that we have, these two amounts have not updated. 800, which is a payment, 500. So 800 and 500 in the credit side. And what is the payment for? We pay Eastern electricity. That means this most probably is an electricity charge. Okay, next is this one is a charge. Could be the bank charge. So we just put the bank charge. Okay. The next one is they ask to, okay, that's all these two items. Now we just put in the new balance. So all since that in here don't have anything for the credit side to adjust. So this should be the subtotal for it. So we subtotal it 1007. Okay, so here will be the May 1st balance brought up 1007. So amount settle. The subtotal must be the same row. Okay, now next is that they asked to prepare the bank reconciliation statement. So now bank reconciliation statement at 1st May 2014. If we start with the balance, since that we already prepared the updated cash book, we start with the bank balance as per cash book. Balance as per cash book, updated cash book, which is the amount is in here because this is a overdraft. So we should put a bracket sign 1700. Okay, next is add unpresented check. Our unpresented check, which is in this credit side, we have 400, 700. So 400, 700. And what we pay for this one? Okay, based on the information that we have, we pay for drawing, which is the check number 800603. This is one of it. Second is that rent amount, the check number. If we have check number, try to put it in because this is more detail in terms of that you will provide for. So more detail will be good. And this one is at, this is actually is a minus. So when we 1007 minus plus negative plus 1001, so we still get the negative balance, which is 600. Okay, we still have overdraft 600. After that, less uncredited amount. Uncredited amount is in your debit side that you didn't cross out. This is the sales 4002. Because this amount, bank account has not received the money. Bank has not received the money. So bank should have lesser amount compared to the cash book. So since that both also negative minus minus, then in this case, okay, so plus this one 1007, and here we have 4800. Here we are 4800. So here we notice that this amount balance as a bank statement. And if you get your this amount, which is can be same to this amount, it means that your bank record should be correct. Okay, because here 4008, 4008, and debit means overdraft. Okay, settle for the question 11. Question 12 is your homework. And then now we move to the question 13. Here, question 13, they say that working from the list of the item, and then they ask to bank statement balance not stated. That means we don't know what is the balance in the bank statement. On 30th November 2014, the cashier at Eton Limited discovered that the balance as bank as shown in the business cash book did not agree with the balance shown on the bank statement. The balance shown in the cash book was 7,432 in the debit side. Maybe in the cash book should by right should be in the credit bank statement. A comparison of the two records produced the following, but we're not sure what is the transaction here. We'll give impact to the bank statement. The bank has not yet recorded the total of cash and check 1,733 paid in the 29th November. So this one pay haven't deducted from the bank point of view. So by right, bank should have more money. So this amount we should add to the cash book. A direct debit payment 871 for electricity charge has been omitted from the cash flow. Means that this amount we forgot to put into the cash book. We had to add into under the update cash book. We had to add this amount in, deduct from in the credit side. Next, 2 check has not yet presented for payment. Cash book already, okay, cash book already is paid out, also called already deducted in the credit side, but bank statement has not been put into the debit side. Next is that no record has been made the cash book of bank charge. This one 260, deduct from an Eton account or interest off has been added. So this is the income to Eton. This is the expenses to the Eton. So they asked to update Eton limited cash book balance. Okay, since that we have these two, the bank has not yet recorded the total of cash pay in on. Okay, this is trying to tell us this amount should be the uncredited amount. Pay in, because the word they use is in here. Pay in. Pay in means that bank statement. We go to bank, put in money, but bank have not recorded the credit side. Another here is that because here they have also another 2 check has not presented. That means this is unpresented check. So unpresented check, it will appear in the, this one will appear in the bank record. Okay. And this one is, they say that the bank has not yet recorded. I mean, this is uncredited amount. And here a direct debit payment of 871 for electricity charge has been omitted. That means we have to update cash book. Okay. Next is that in here, this one is no record has been made in the cash book of the bank charge. That means these two bank charge we have to put into the credit side. So this one also had to appear in the update cash book. So we already identified out which one go to, whether go to cash, update the cash book or bank record. So first they asked to prepare the bank reconciliation and update the cash book. So we go to put in the update the cash book. So here is Eton Limited and the updated cash book, the date and the year and the amount. Okay, here the date balance, let me see. Okay, they have the debit balance, which is on the balance show that, okay, 2014 November 30th balance breakdown. We have the balance breakdown amount, which is 7432. Okay, this is the balance breakdown that we have. And then there are 2 items we got to update the cash book, which is this one, direct debit payment, which is these 2 amounts we have to put into the credit side. This one, electricity charge, electricity charge, which is 871. And then here one more, bank charge, which is the 261. Okay, another one is the amount that 50. This 50 is generally is the interest earned. Interest received. This is the income to Eton. Okay, now we calculate the new balance for it. So take the subtotal. Okay, subtotal. Okay, debit more than the credit. That means we have the balance carried out in the credit side. Okay, this is a new balance. So we have the November, since that they put November 30th, we put November 30th balance. So by this one is a latest already, we can straight away put December 1st balance breakdown. So this is an adjusted or updated balance. Okay, now as we continue. Okay, we done for this one now. This question is that they do not know what is the balance for the bank statement. So whatever we do in here, we have to assume this amount is the latest already. And based on the information, we continue. So for this question, since they don't have bank statement, we must start from the balance as per cash flow. So here we start from the balance as per cash flow. Bank reconciliation statement at 30th November 2014. Okay, two column. Okay, balance as per updated cash flow, which is we have the debit balance 6350 and unpresented check. I normally was use start from the updated cash flow. Unpresented check. So what are the unpresented check we have in the question here? We have the 2 check has not yet paid. So there are 2 check has not yet paid, which is T Chan. Okay, and then another one is PT Singh. Okay, PT Singh. Okay, we put in the amount first, 775, and then 903. Okay, these two plus together. Okay. So these two plus together, and then less, what else? Less uncredited amount, which is in this information, they say cash and check pay in on. This is the bank in amount. Okay. We don't know what is that, we just put cash and check. Okay, the amount is 173. So we take this amount minus, so we get 6295. So this amount, we do not know whether our working right or wrong because they didn't give the bank statement balance. So we have to assume this is the correct amount. Bank statement. So this is based on the working. This is should be the balance for the bank statement. Okay, now we continue. Okay. For this question 14, as usual, you have to do it as a homework. Okay, multiple choice, I will do in the class when we do the multiple choice. Okay, get it? Now, last question. Okay, Sama has been compared her cash book for May 2014. Her cash book show a bank balance, which is her cash book show balance 840. After that, she has noticed the payment by check 720 show as a credit entry in the cash book appear correctly as a debit entry in the bank statement. Explain why items shown in the cash book are record different in the bank statement. So this type of question is more toward that test your understanding why there are two difference. Why that cash book when we make payment we put credit, when we receive money we put debit. Okay. Here they say his cash book show balance at 840, which is that in the debit balance. She has noticed payment by a check show in a credit. In her cash book appear correctly. That means the payment side, what we have in here, they are talking about 2 and 3. In the cash book, okay, let me put somewhere. Okay, I put it here. This is a cash book. This is a bank statement. Bank statement. Debit, credit, and balance. This side is a debit. This side is credit. They say that this 720 show in the credit side, but bank statement show in here debit side. They ask why these two different. Here credit, why this one is debit? Because from the bank point of view, from the bank point of view, okay, we wrote down first. From bank point. Okay, since they're talking about the cash flow first, we start about cash flow first. From business point of view, payment made by business will reduce the amount in the bank account. The payment made. But for the from the bank point of view, the payment appear in debit side to show it reduce the balance in the bank account, so that the liability to the bank, okay, from the liability from the bank point of view, that has reduced. So that's for business and bank have different of the recording. Okay. So this is the explanation I put in for the A. Now next is the next question is they ask that, okay, Sama has identified the following record in her cash book. This is the information. Prepare Sama cash book at 31st May 2014 to find the updated balance. So here they has not yet recorded in her cash book. Let's see, Sama has identified following item in which has not recorded in the cash book. That means we have to prepare the updated cash book. So for the B, they asked to prepare updated cash book, which is we have 6 columns, date, year, and amount. Okay. So here the balance, what is the balance? Okay, the balance in here, 2014, May 31st, balance brought down. which is 840. So this is somehow given. And then after that, this is not updated yet. So we have the bank charge. So bank charge is 90. And standing order payment. This is standing order payment, but we do not pay what, because it didn't say anything. Standing order payment. Okay, this is a standing order payment. 6. Standing order is an instruction given to the bank every month. Pay with the same amount. Same amount, same date, and to the same payee. Next, bank interest received. This is the interest received to the business. And then credit transfer from the customer, means that trade receivable. But we don't know who is that. They didn't mention the name. So next is 50. Okay, now we calculate the subtotal. See which one is more. Okay, so we have the balance carry down. So always remember, carry down, brought down must be complete one set. So here we have June 1st balance. So the amount is 10. So this is for the question for the last question for this chapter. So all the exercise I already showed to you. What you need to do is you have to do the rest of the question. Okay, now last part, they say that someone has noticed that the following item recorded in the cash book has not yet been recorded in the bank statement. A check paid to the supplier, a cash book, okay, cash sales paid into bank. Compare the following bank statement, bank reconciliation statement at balance as per updated cash book and present. Okay, they ask us to prepare according to this format. So we just copy down first. Balance as per updated cash book at 31st May 2014. And then unpresented check. And then amount not yet credited, balance as per bank statement at 31st May 2014. Okay, now we put in the amount. Here we have updated is 10, and then we have the check paid to supplier unpresented yet. So this is the 550. Amount not yet credited is 640. So this amount should be this plus this minus this. So our cash bank statement should be 970. Okay, so this should be the amount for it. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's see all the number is correct. Before, okay. So, okay, now that's all. Okay, so all correct. So this should be the amount balance as 55. Okay. So here they don't give us a bank statement amount. So we have to assume this is the last number already. Okay, now take two advantage. What's the advantage when we prepare the bank reconciliation statement? So we will know that the business has the updated bank balance. So what they can use with it to invest in another business if they have excessive bank balance. So other than that, is also to help to prevent the fraud where staff catch staff check the cash book record and the bank statement. So this is prevention, or as a as a internal control. This is more to internal. Okay, so this is the answer that we can put in. So now this chapter settled. Okay, so we will move to the next chapter in the following week. Okay, I see you later.